Here inside the Q, Cavs a loser tonight against Boston because they wanted to lose this game. 18-game home winning streak is snapped. Chris Fedor, Joe Vardon, Chris Haynes with you. Chris, in a game where LeBron James doesn't play in the fourth quarter, Kevin Love doesn't play in the fourth quarter, no Kyrie Irving because of a hip injury that popped up out of nowhere, what can you take away from this one?
Well, you know what, they were outmatched tonight for sure. But you know, I think everybody in Cleveland, especially the Cavaliers organization, is going to take an exception to what you just said right now.
Okay.
Calling it saying that they came out here to lose.
Yeah.
You think this proud organization right here, they're fighting for a championship title, and you think they're going to come out here tonight and just lay an egg on purpose to try to lose?
Yes.
I get
That was a lay-down effort by the Cavs tonight. All you had to do was take a look on the court and look at some of those lineups that were being used. Kendrick Perkins, he was dusted off. Mike Miller, James Jones, Shawn Marion finally played. Yes, they laid down tonight. I'll admit that.
You know, through all this, they really, in the first two quarters, with the guys who were playing, and which included the rotation guys, they really didn't play well. They really didn't. You know, in the third quarter, they kind of got back to some semblance of Cavalier basketball, and actually took a 14-point deficit and tied the game. How about that? And then, they trotted out the guys that haven't gotten to play as much, which is what David said more or less would happen. I mean, he was fairly honest that you're going to see lineups you're not used to seeing. I mean, this is part of playing out the string.
Yeah, hold on, Fedor. And I recall, my mind could be slipping, I don't know. But I remember beginning of the year, we were standing out there on the first game of the season, right before the game tipped off. We were standing right outside the restaurant, cold. Me and Joe freezing cold.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think I had a sweater or something on. But I believe you said it. You said that was the first time you said it, and you've been saying it for like the first 2 months. This is the first year that LeBron James is going to have a legitimate backup small forward. And now when the small forward and Shawn Marion is out there playing significant minutes, now you're acting like when they put him out there, now the Cavaliers are throwing away the game.
Now you're learning. Now you're absolutely learning. Many of the things that I say don't turn out to be correct, Chris.
I'm seeing that. I just wanted to bring it back to your attention right now.
See, that's the problem with preseason predictions. You don't actually get to see these guys play. Then you finally see Shawn Marion, and you see a guy who can't make a layup anymore and can't defend anybody anymore, and you understand that he's probably not going to be in the playoff rotation. Things have changed, my friend. Things have changed.
I'm just throwing out what you said before, and it's not much time hasn't transpired since then. I mean, I just don't know what happened to this guy who was an All-American to now. You just don't trust him being out on the court playing against the Boston Celtics. That's all I'm.
All-American. Now you're tossing words.
Oh, hold on, this guy is almost a future Hall of Famer.
He is, yes.
Bob Finnan, you're able to come through here. Come right along here. Pass through. Don't let this. Don't let this worldwide.
Sorry.
It's okay. Bob Finnan of the News Herald.
With an entire box of pizza on his left arm. I love this spot. But I mean, it's been a long time since the Cavs have played meaningful basketball in April, and what we saw tonight is by no means meaningful basketball in April. But it's such a good thing. It's such a good thing that they're in this spot, that they have accomplished, really, given all the stuff that happened to them in the first 2 months.
Yes.
It's really good that they were able to accomplish this much. I mean, they control their own, they control home court for the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. They've got 4 games to, screw around like this, and, more power to them.
Yeah, David Blatt said it. There were a couple of goals that this team wanted to achieve this year. One of them at the very beginning, obviously, was to get a playoff spot. They did that. And then once David Blatt didn't really like the way that his team was responding when they didn't really have that much to play for, he set out a new goal, March 16th, after losing against Orlando. He said, I want the number 2 spot. They achieved that the other night against Milwaukee. The 2 main goals, 2 of the 3, obviously everybody knows the third one, that's the big one, that's winning a championship. 2 of the 3 have already been achieved. And I think this is what they should be doing. This is what championship teams have earned the right to do. Atlanta's doing the same thing. They should. Golden State doing the same thing. They should. The Cavs don't have anything to play for. On the other side, Boston has something to play for, so they're going to be playing their hearts out.
I just think that Haynes is looking at you kind of like LeBron looked at me tonight when I tried to politely point out that they played like crap for the first 2 quarters.
He didn't like
and
that.
He looked at me like I was from Mars, which I may be.
And thanks to that question, that ended the whole interview right there.
The interview needed ending. let's.
Yeah, there was no need to keep talking about this game much longer. I mean, everybody wanted to get in and get out, and we had a special. Was probably the highlight of the game.
Yes.
What we say the legends.
Oh yeah.
The legends.
Oh yeah.
Hip hop legends.
Yep.
You know what? Without this group, there's no Drake. You guys probably don't understand that. But without Bone Thugs.
What are you talking about?
Okay. Well, what
I know some Drizzy.
What do I mean by when I say without Bone Thugs and Harmony, there's no Drake?
Their influences on the rap game.
Okay, the rap game, and they're harmonizing, they're singing.
You're welcome.
Along with Drake. I'll give you that. Bone Thugs and Harmony was in the building tonight.
Yeah.
I had to definitely go down there. Lazy Bone, who I've talked to.
No, I don't want you to say the names. I was going to quiz him.
Everybody knows Lazy Bone.
Everybody knows Lazy Bone. That's sure. Everybody knows Lazy Bone.
Name another one.
Well, Lazy and I play golf, so that's the one.
I don't see Lazy on the golf course, but go ahead.
That's the one, you know.
Right now, on the spot, name another member of Bone Thugs and Harmony.
I'm not here to name drop. That's not what I do.
Of course not.
You know. Of course, we all know Crossroads and the song with the refrain about first of the month and all of those.
The one affectionately and appropriately titled first of the month.
That's right.
Oh boy!
And,
man.
So
let's go. Let's Joe's turning red over there.
Yeah.
Hip hop legend out there. Had a chance to finally go meet them at halftime. Spoke with Lazy a month ago. Talked for about 30, 45 minutes. And got the chance to meet the whole.
What about Crazy? You didn't want to talk to Crazy?
Crazy was there.
What about Busy?
Busy wasn't here tonight.
Oh.
Flesh was here and Wish was here.
Okay.
That was just the 4. You know, Busy, he comes in and out.
the last time I covered this team, everyone was walking around doing this.
Yeah,
because minority owner Usher.
That's right.
You know, where were you two then?
I was here. I was here covering the team just like you were.
No, not that year. Not when it started.
99-90, Cavs a loser tonight against the Boston Celtics. Moving forward, 3 games remaining in the regular season. What can we expect? What should fans expect in the final 3, Chris?
Probably much more of this, or probably even worse. You got LeBron. He basically hinted that he's not playing Sunday in Boston. So if the Boston Celtics thought that the Cavs handed them a game, they're in for a treat on Sunday.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, David actually told us that he has already drawn up who's playing and who's not on Sunday and Monday. There's going to be pitch counts, the whole 9 yards. And then Wednesday in the season finale, I don't know. I don't know how you can approach that other than please just don't get anybody who matters hurt.
I think everybody matters, Joe.
That's correct. That's correct.
That's actually incorrect, folks. Chris is spreading lies here. It's going to be more than likely an 8-man or a 9-man rotation in the playoffs, which brings me to my final question. Mike Miller, 11 points tonight, buried 3 threes. James Jones has been in the rotation. Sean Marion dusted off tonight.
Yeah.
Of those 3 veteran guys, all with playoff experience, which one will have the biggest impact in the playoffs?
James Jones, Mike Miller, and who was the third?
Sean Marion.
I don't see Sean coming in. I don't think Sean is going to play.
Okay.
I really don't. Maybe a certain defensive matches, maybe, but all right, between Mike Miller and James Jones, I have to go with Mike Miller. Even though James Jones, I'm not even judging by what Mike did today, but Mike Miller, people don't know, he's a good rebounder. He does other things on the court besides just spread the floor. James Jones, if that shot's not knocking, then he's pretty much a liability for you out there. So I think Mike, and plus he's proven in clutch moments in the playoffs, postseason, NBA Finals, that he can get it done without having played minutes in the past.
Yeah, I mean, LeBron is certainly comfortable with James Jones, and James played his way into the rotation while the Cavs got really good. But like Chris said, when that shot's not falling, he's kind of a liability, and the shot hasn't been falling lately. And then you look at Mike Miller, who has 2 things going for him. 1, LeBron is also really comfortable with him, and 2, he has a track record of doing this, of not playing for a long time and then starting to round into form right when the playoffs start. So yeah, I think it probably is Miller.
Here's my big takeaway from tonight, besides the whole Bone thing, and Joe can't name a member of Bone. The Cavaliers showed me with their actions, and they understand. Going into tonight, they had 4 games remaining, 2 against the Celtics. In a way, they control what's going to happen at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. Yeah. In a way, they can kind of choose their opponent that's going to be there in the 7th seed. Based on the Cavs' actions, they told me they would like to see the Boston Celtics in the first round.
And my takeaway, not to prolong this, but my takeaway is that Brendan Haywood can't even get in the game. Golly, we have seen the last. I mean, we've seen the last of Brendan Haywood on the floor as a Cleveland Cavalier. If he can't get in the game where the games don't matter, the games don't matter, Joe. They're not. I mean, they don't matter. He can't go and get in there and get a minute. We've seen the last. Just kiss him goodbye right now.
I mean, David has gone on record saying he does not like headbands. Brendan Haywood is the lone player still wearing a headband. That's got to be it, right?
That's why LeBron took it off. He was in jeopardy of getting his minutes reduced.
Absolutely. Clearly that was...
You talk about all the things that I get wrong, and folks, it is a long list, and it's going to continue to be a long list because I make a lot of predictions, and I have a lot of opinions. I believe you wrote about Brendan Haywood being a secret weapon.
No, excuse me. Let's not misconstrue. Let's not get things out of context.
I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, because you know him for doing that a couple times. Brendan Haywood said he was the secret weapon.
Oh, okay.
He was jokingly, but he said he's secret. But that's why Black doesn't want to put him in. He's waiting for the playoffs and waiting for that right opportunity to stick Haywood in there and see what he can do.
Folks, we have reached the point where winning has taken a backseat for the Cavs. And they lose tonight, 99-90.
And we got to talk about other things in a game like this.
Absolutely. So they're going to head to Boston on Sunday. I'm going to make that trip with them. And there's going to be no LeBron James. And the Cavs are probably going to lose to Boston again. And they're probably going to face Boston in the first round of the playoffs. So that's where we are at here. For Joe Vardon, Chris Haynes, I'm Chris Fedor. Enjoy the rest of your night, everybody.
Boom, 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 boom.